good afternoon, all the beautiful souls that are watching this. Hope everyone's doing all right. Man, the energy in the air right now is a lot different. I feel a lot different. I feel like since coming here, life has shown me just how fast it could change. You know, I never really understood just how fast your life can change. I know like people can go from having like nothing to everything, like in like extreme cases like the lottery, right? Or the inverse, right? From having everything to nothing, right? People losing all their stuff because of like an incident or an action that they did, etc., right? It really is crazy to me how fast life can change, and I feel it in my being as well. I feel like I'm really moving forward in such a rapid way that I was never able to comprehend before. And it's beautiful, man. Today, actually, I went to airport, right? And it was like a small airport, and I'm going to be doing my first discovery flight, which is pretty cool. You know, doing the first flight to see if it's really something that I want to do, which I know is something that I want to do, but it's so crazy to me that I'm even in this position. So that's what I wanted to talk about, you know, just how fast your life can change. In my life, there have been long periods of time where I thought that the negativity or that like the bad actors that were influencing my life, I thought that was all that my life was going to be, you know, just that negativity that I would consume, that I would constantly reinforce within my being. You know, I used to have a very negative mindset. I used to be very sad. I used to be in the dumps, right? And I would tell myself so many horrible things. It was so awful. You know, I remember reading some of my old journals, some of the stuff that I used to say to myself. And it's like, oh my goodness, man. It's like, why would you say that about yourself? But now, you know, I'm in a much different position in my life where, you know, I have just different values of certain things. Like, for instance, money. Like, I realized like I was worrying so much about money, but that's not something that I should be worrying about. And I think that's partially because of just the society that I live in, right? Living in a very hyper capitalistic society makes you very anxious, right? Very like, oh man, like you could feel like you're not doing enough all the time, right? And like, oh, you need to always be like thinking about money or planning, and like, you know, I've changed my views on that. That's just one thing. Another thing is my mentality, right? Mentality towards myself, like how I talk to myself. Mentality towards how I talk to other people. You know, different things that I've invested in, or things that I've taken time to actually like engage with. I've realized was all had a purpose. Like, for example, there was one point where, like, you know, I wanted to do sales, not because like I cared so much about sales, but because I just wanted to get better at talking to people. And while I didn't stick with it long term, I still definitely engaged with a lot of the lessons that I've learned, and I realized it all you know, was important to me and will be important to me long term. Anyways, I digress. Talking about how life can change really fast. It can change, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. You could be one day away from making the biggest discovery of your life, from changing your entire life, from uprooting everything that you know and becoming the person that you want to be, that you're desiring to become. You could be one day away from it. You could be 1 year away from it. Who knows? But life is so beautiful, man. It's so crazy how much things can change if you just allow yourself to accept it. I know in my life, I used to be scared of change. I hate change. I hated change. I hated change. Whether it be like a difference in what was going to be done in that day. Like, for example, if I were to go to school, I'm expecting one thing, but then it's like, actually, we're going to change it up. I hated that shit. I hated it, man. I was like, oh my goodness. Or if my parents would say one thing and then it ended up changing to be something else, it's like, why? But the more I continue to go about my life, I realize that change can actually be beautiful. It could bring a lot of blessings that you didn't even realize, right? Like, for example, me coming here, this is a whole new state that I'm in, a whole new area. I've never been here longer than a week beforehand, right? Because I have family that lives up here, right? So I would visit. But for most of my life, I used to live further away, like a lot further away, right? And so I've never been here longer than a week. So being here now, that's a whole bunch of change for me. And so instead of like being like, oh man, changes are coming, I'm not ready for it, I decided to tell myself, you know what? Everything that's gonna happen is for the greater good. I'm only expecting good things to happen. And that's what's going to happen, right? That's what has happened. Only good things have come from everything that I've experienced here. Learning a whole bunch of new stuff, engaging with new people, engaging with my family a lot more, learning lessons, learning different areas. It's all good. Even today, I was meeting with this pilot, right? And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect at all. But I went into meeting with this dude only expecting good things to happen. And guess what? That is all that has happened. I was presented with a lot of different choices today. I got to experience a lot of just hands-on with planes. My Discovery flight is paid for. I didn't have to pay for it. I'm blessed to even have that. I have contact information to other pilots now. I have a bunch of access to just free resources that I didn't even know about beforehand. I only went in here expecting good things, and I came out with only good things, right? Yeah, man, you have no idea how fast your life can change. It's so easy to just get caught up in the dump that you might be in, right? It's so easy to get caught up in the negativity that you constantly swirling in your mind, right? But if you just take a second and be like, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. Continue to walk in the path that you want to, or that you see yourself walking. If you continue to walk that path, no matter what obstacles come your way, good things will happen. Good things will happen, right? And it's nice, man. I never expected this to happen, right? Like, the old me would have never expected this to happen. But looking at this now, it's like I'm only expecting good things to happen, right? With everything that I'm doing. So, it's nice, man. It's nice. And I just wanted to take some time to talk about it. You know, if you feel like nothing in your life is gonna change, then that's all you're gonna think. That's all you're gonna notice. You know, oh, nothing changes. But if you're like, you know what, things can change for the better, then things will. Things will. It just all depends on how you talk about yourself and how you feel about change. Because change is hard. Change is hard. You know, we are creatures of habit, right? We are creatures of habit. We like the same things. We like to stick to the same things. We like to stick with what works, right? Think about, you know, people who have families. You know, they do what they need to do in order to provide, you know, the same things, right? Whether they like it or not. Because that's what works. We're creatures of habits. But if you could change how you feel about different things happening in your life, if you could embrace change, then beauty will come along with it. It might take time. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up around here. It's a beautiful day out, man. I'm excited. I'm very, very happy with how things are turning out. If you're seeing this, I love you. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself, because the only person who can take care of you is you. And always remember, your life can change in an instant. Embrace the change that comes with your life. Have a good one.